1800 hours, Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Farzana Khan. First, the headlines. Prime Minister will participate in Sharm el-Sheikh Climate Change Conference COP27 on Monday. Pakistan has urged the world community to shoulder its responsibility regarding illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, where India, in its unabated brutal repression, killed 14 people last month. Minister for Railways says China has expressed willingness to complete ML1 railway project and upgrade Pakistan's meteorological warning system. Defence Minister calls for a transparent inquiry into the incident of firing on PTI's Long March to expose the real culprits behind the crime. The members at National Assembly condemning the attack on the PTI chief have urged political leaders to refrain from provoking their followers against state institutions. And in the ICC Men's T20 Cricket World Cup, New Zealand beat Ireland and Australia defeated Afghanistan at Adelaide today. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif will participate in Sharm el-Sheikh Climate Change Conference COP27 on Monday. At his weekly news briefing in Islamabad today, Foreign Office spokesperson Asim Iftikhar said more details about the visit will be shared in due course of time. As regards CPEC, the spokesperson said there is a renewed focus on the corridor's infrastructure project. He said it has been agreed to fast-track implementation of ML1 and Karachi Circular Railway projects. He said the mega project is aimed at socio-economic development not only of Pakistan but also the region and beyond. The spokesperson said China will also provide 300,000 metric tons of urea to Pakistan to support the country's agricultural production. Responding to a question, the spokesperson said China's position on Kashmir dispute has been consistent and very clearly articulated, including in the recent joint statement signed during the visit of Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif to Beijing. The spokesperson once again urged the world community to shoulder its responsibility with regards to Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The spokesperson said, "We are deeply concerned over the situation in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Only during the month of October, the Indian occupation forces and their continued acts of state terrorism martyred 14 Kashmiris in fake encounters and illegal custody." Minister for Railways and Aviation Khwaja Asad Rafiq says China has agreed to provide Pakistan with latest meteorological equipment to effectively forecast the environmental changes and natural calamities. Addressing a news conference in Islamabad today, he said several agreements were reached during the visit of Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif to China. The minister said China has not only expressed readiness to complete the ML1 railway project, but also in upgrading Pakistan's meteorological warning systems with the help of Chinese experts to prevent and tackle natural disasters by issuing timely alerts. Defence Minister Khwaja Mohammad Asif has called for a transparent inquiry into the incident of firing on PTI's Long March to expose the real culprits behind this crime. Speaking on the floor of the House today, he said using this incident for political gains and hurling baseless accusations against the Prime Minister, Interior Minister and others should be avoided. He said a joint investigation team should be constituted in order to ensure transparent and credible probe to apprehend culprits involved in this incident. Lawmakers have condemned the attack on the PTI chief and also urged political leaders to refrain from provoking their followers against state institutions. Speaking on the floor of the House, Noor Alam Khan said it is highly regrettable that workers of a political party are involved in running a defamatory campaign against the officers of state institutions. He said protests outside senior officers of security institutions are regrettable. Salahuddin Ayyubi said violence for political objectives cannot be justified. Condemning the firing on PTI's march, Shazia Mari said that there should be no violence in protest demonstrations. She said the firing incident should be thoroughly probed. The House has now been adjourned to meet again on Monday at 5 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan giving you the news. Ministry of Economic Affairs has inked a financing agreement of $100 million with Asian Development Bank for Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Health Systems Strengthening Program. Secretary, Ministry of Economic Affairs, Dr. Kazim Niaz, signed the financing agreement on behalf of the Government of Pakistan, while Country Director, Pakistan Resident Mission, Yong Yi, signed the agreement on behalf of the Asian Development Bank. A program agreement was also signed between the government of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and ADB for the implementation of the program in the province. Special Assistant to the Prime Minister on Industries and Production, Tasneem Ahmed Qureshi, has asked the Utility Stores Corporation to expand its services to the rural areas. Speaking at a briefing on performance and initiatives of USC in Islamabad today, he said the coalition government is committed to provide maximum relief to the masses across the country. In India and illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Indian police and dreaded probe agencies, as part of their nefarious plan to suppress the Kashmiris' ongoing freedom movement, continue crackdown on the Hurriyat leaders and activists. Indian police arrested senior leader of all parties Hurriyat Conference, Maulvi Bashir Ahmad Irfani, during house raid in Sopore town. The police have arrested several youth from different areas of the occupied territory in the past few days. India's notorious Enforcement Directorate attacked the house of illegally detained senior APHC leader Shabir Ahmed Shah, located in Sanat Nagar area of Srinagar. And now cricket. In the ICC Men's T20 Cricket World Cup at Adelaide today, Australia defeated Afghanistan by 4 runs. Batting first, Australia scored 168 runs for the loss of 8 wickets in allotted 20 overs. Afghanistan scored 164 for the loss of 7 wickets in allotted 20 overs. Glenn Maxwell of Australia was declared man of the match for scoring 54 runs. Earlier, New Zealand beat Ireland by 35 runs at the same venue. Batting first, New Zealand scored 185 runs for the loss of 6 wickets in 20 overs. In reply, Ireland scored 150 runs for the loss of 9 wickets in the 20 overs. In the first one-day international of the 3-match women's series at Gaddafi Stadium today, Pakistan defeated Ireland by 128 runs. Batting first, Pakistan scored 335 for the loss of 3 wickets in the allotted 50 overs. In reply, Ireland were all out at 207 runs in 49.3 overs. Pakistan's Sidra Amin scored 176 runs and was declared player of the match. And finally, the weather report. Partly cloudy weather is likely to prevail over upper and central areas of the country during the next 12 hours. However, rain and wind with thunderstorm and snow over the hilly areas is likely in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Islamabad, Upper and Central Punjab, Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan. Isolated heavy falls are also expected in Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Kashmir and surroundings. Hailstorm is also likely to occur at isolated places in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Upper Punjab. To end the news, the main points once again. Prime Minister will participate in Sharm el-Sheikh Climate Change Conference COP27 on Monday. Pakistan has urged the world community to shoulder its responsibility regarding illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, where India, in its unabated brutal repression, killed 14 people last month. Minister for Railways says China has expressed willingness to complete ML1 railway project and upgrade Pakistan's meteorological warning system. Defence Minister calls for a transparent inquiry into the incident of firing on PTI's Long March to expose the real culprits behind the crime. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News of